Hello and welcome to Opposites React. I'm Ashley.
I'm Whitney.
And today we are going to be listening to Even in Arcadia by Sleep Token.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons we chose to listen to this today, number one, was to make an attempt to be timely. I know that this released on Friday, but listen.
This is super timely for us. If it released on Friday,
Listen, we're the last reactors to probably have reactions to this out.
That's okay.
That's fine with me. But, you know, it was the Friday before Mother's Day weekend. And we were hustling to try and get our 20,000 celebration video out.
Yes, we had to film.
Because the guillotine of 20,000 subscribers was coming down upon us, and we had to hurry and get that video finished. We spent like maybe a total of 3 hours on that. So I feel like it was a masterpiece.
It was.
I feel like that was a masterpiece for the amount of time that we actually spent doing that.
Where's the Academy Award?
Right?
Or the Grammy?
We're ready to accept our award anytime. We'll put a little tab up wherever the tabs appear if you want to go check out some humiliation on our part for your enjoyment. Yes. But that being said, yes, then there was Mother's Day and all of that. Mm-hmm. Hope you had a lovely day off.
Yes, just postponing responsibilities.
Yes, exactly. Just kicking the can down the road. Yes. But anyway, so we didn't get to this. And now, because we took a day off, we're both exhausted. And we had a bunch of really high energy stuff on the list. So we're like, you know what? We'll record on Thursday when maybe we've gotten some rest. And we'll listen to Sleep Token because I feel like...
You know what's funny, though, is that I did have an excellent Mother's Day. I was very well rested. It was
the day after.
It was the day after, and still the day after was great. It was just, my son didn't, do his job. And
these kids.
So I was up late, and so now I'm tired. Sorry.
Yes. Anyway, we're both a little on the slower side, and there was a lot of high energy stuff on our list for today. So we decided we're going to add a recording session on Thursday, and we are going to listen to Sleep Token today. Number one, because we want to be timely. Number two, because we want to find out what happens with the dwarf Ents.
Yes.
And number three, because
I want to find out
what happens. It's a little bit more downbeat of music.
I want to find out if Vessel tells us, what's going on with him.
Yes.
If
we're going to find out.
Yeah, we ended on kind of a,
Well, yes, I want to solve the mystery, which apparently, according to the fans, the mystery is never solved. Yeah. It's always wild, ignorant speculation amongst everyone, and I'm here for more of it. Okay. So this will be our first ever full listen through of any Sleep Token album, which I'm positive that we are going to be stumbling into lore that we know nothing about and just whatever. But, it's
our
a good
favorite
time.
thing.
It's a good time to do wild, ignorant speculation when we are just kind of in a downbeat mood.
But we need the lyrics.
We sure do. Make sure your phone won't go to sleep.
Yes. You know what? You have been... This is your fault. My battery has been draining so much because I've never switched it back.
Oh, whoopsie doodles.
And, and so, yes, I've never switched it back.
Okay. Well, perfect. So we're going to pull up the lyrics for Look to Windward. And we will sit here with this visualizer and consume music and instrumentation and lyrics and see if we can't figure out what is going on. Even in Arcadia. All right. Shall I begin? Mm-hmm. Okay, let us begin. This looks to be outside the city.
Just as my form starts to fashion, losing this war of attrition. as I drift away? Will you hold this eclipse in me? 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 With the shadows longer to me than a light, yeah. Moving so slow I could die, yeah. Say you can let me say, yeah. Will you hold this eclipse in me? Will you hold this eclipse in me? Will you hold this eclipse in me? Will you hold this eclipse in me?
I've got eyelids heavy enough to break diamonds. You brave for sound, I'm not brave for silence. Damn right faithless, I can't deny. You'll find me with half a mind to get violent. It's over till I say it's over. No more little angel sitting on my shoulder. So give me the edge of a blade and a time and a place, and I'll leave them cold and pushing up borders. Walking with God, so merely stumbling forth until there's fire at the gates, until I fall to the floor. You know I live by the feather and die by the sword, and
that last little beep wasn't part of the song. Okay. I didn't see how long that song was before we started it. And the vibe of the song was giving so much like intro to me. You know what I mean? Like it was giving like almost like a short album intro that I was like, I'm just listening. And then it would like switch up and keep going and switch up and keep going. And so I was like, oh no, we've listened to this whole song and not paused. But I'm like, it was so good. Then now I'm like, oh crap. There's so much I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, there's so many things that I wanted to pause and talk about. Like, okay, there was I think my favorite part of the whole song was when he went to the whisper of like, halt the eclipse of me. And he like whispered and it drew you in. Like you could feel like, right before the breakdown.
Yeah.
I thought that was so cool. And then there was another part where, I almost wanted to go back because there was
seriously want to go back and listen
talking
to more. Yes.
in the background, and I was like,
what are they saying? What are they saying? What are they
and
saying?
I was like, I couldn't hear it, and I knew even if we went back, I wouldn't be able to hear it. But it's like
there's so much good stuff though that I'm like, oh, like there's so much good stuff.
At first, like you said, it almost seems like an intro because it was like, okay, this is super simplistic at the beginning. Like where it was just kind of.
It felt very like album intro. And I was like, okay, cool. Like this is setting the tone. And it also had like a tension building.
Yes. Now is this after, okay, because he released Caramel and Damocles. Were those two songs, I guess?
They're after this. So like this is the first song on the album and they're going to come in later. So
I guess that's what
I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, clearly he's outside the city.
We're
approaching whatever estate is happening. So now we have to watch for, and dang it, okay. Because I'm almost like, I want to go back and listen to the song again and comment on all the lyrics and stuff. Listen, people, this is going to be long. I'm very sorry. But I want to comment. I want to talk about some of the lyrics and things just because, like, it's so good. And just the way the instrumentation is and stuff like that. Like, I don't want to just move on.
Yeah.
And not discuss it. Like, just this and the way that it's, like, setting that tone. And the top of this banner almost looks like it's a speaker.
A little bit.
But you can tell because it's very 2D, the red parts, that it's like, okay, it's not a speaker. But the front looks like it could be a speaker.
Will you listen just as my form starts to fission, losing this war of attrition? Just as I drift away.
Like, and that line to open the whole album, like, will you listen as my form starts to fission? So, like, nuclear fission, right, is where they split the atom, right? And fusion is where you smash the particles of the atom together. Am I correct about that?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Scientists, am I correct about that? I think I only have, like, basic... I took a physics of sound college course, but I don't think that...
I think that's so impressive that you remember all that.
But not like a nuclear physics, so... But I think nuclear fission is when you're pulling particles of an atom apart, and so basically he's saying, I'm getting ripped apart, and this, like, I'm losing the war of attrition, I'm getting ripped away, and like, when he's saying, will you halt this eclipse in me, like, it's basically, to me, it's like, it sounds like he's saying, I am sliding into a big depression here. Like,
yeah,
this,
that
this eclipse is happening.
I am getting covered up. I'm getting overshadowed.
Yes.
And part of it is almost like I'm reading into it like by his own persona.
Yes.
Right? Because he did have this own being of anonymity.
Yes.
But I mean, even though he's not anonymous anymore, but it's his own like stage presence that is, whether it's his actual whether it's his stage presence that is eclipsing his personal being, or it's the fame that is eclipsing who he is.
Yes. Do you want to know the line that's popping into my mind right now? Was the romanticide line where she sings, "See me ruined by my own creation."
Yes.
Like, it totally applies here, where he's basically saying, like, either, you know, like in rap when there's doubles and triples, this is almost like a double or a triple where it's like, okay, straightforward meaning, I'm sliding into a depression.
Yeah.
You know, underlying meaning, I have created this thing and that is now eclipsing who I am as a person. I've lost control of the ship. It is eclipsing everything that I know to be true. It is eclipsing anything that I could even handle.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's very interesting.
Have you ever heard, like, of actors? I saw this one documentary where it was and I couldn't tell you who it was. Where the actor was like, you almost forget when you're doing so many different roles, you forget what is it that I believe?
Yeah.
What is it that
especially method actors.
Yes. Yeah, where it's like, what do I think versus what the character thinks. And so I wonder if it's, you know, sort of like, well, wait.
Oh, and he's getting lost in the creation of this
I have to figure out
interplay.
What do I think? Like, where am I at versus this vessel?
Yes. Where am I the person? You know, where do I the person stand anymore versus vessel, the character that I've created to help maintain my anonymity?
Right? Especially because, I mean, everybody's profession. I mean, vessel is his profession, right? Music is his profession. He's still a person. Yeah, every person is not only, like, you are only an accountant and
you are only a lawyer. You are only a sanitation worker. You are only, you know, like,
and that's all you are. You have nothing else. And so I can see how, especially somebody who is, you give so much of yourself to your profession, but it's your art and your passion and all that stuff.
Right.
That would be very difficult.
That would be very difficult. Well,
okay.
We spent 100 years on the first 3 lines of the song.
Right. I mean,
like, seriously. Oh my gosh. It's like, this is going to be 100
go
years.
forward.
Okay.
Will you want this eclipse in me? 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 With the shadows longer to me than a line, yeah. Moving so slow I could die, yeah. Say you can let me say, yeah. Will you want this eclipse in me? Will you want this eclipse in me? Will you want this eclipse in me?
But it's about to come up.
Like, the staccato picking is really cool.
Now I know why I woke up here on the shoreline, coughing up blood in the twilight. Everything looks the same. Will you want this
I
eclipse?
don't know what that means. I know why I woke up here on the shoreline, meaning like I'm washed up.
Maybe. That could be a good, like
I've just been like I'm coughing up blood in the twilight, meaning it's either I'm in the dusk or the dawn, right? The twilight. it's in the dusk of my career. Like I've been beaten and washed up here, and now everything just kind of
all looks the same. Like
everything looks the same. I've just been beaten and tossed into the water, and I'm just washed up.
What a way to say that, though.
And I don't know if that's the correct interpretation, but I'm just trying to figure it out in real time. Wild, ignorant speculation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's okay.
No, but that's a good way to say it. I did not.
What a poet.
Yes. I love it. I like just that everything looks the same. Like
yep. I'm just and it's very much everything. Nothing kills me. Nothing thrills me. All are shades of gray. Mm-hmm. Everything looks the same. Mm-hmm. You know. Oh.
Well, it's just especially like as we're building, like it you can just see. Okay. There's this element of just doom.
Yes, well, like, and the tension, the ding, ding, ding,
yes.
ding, 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 like, and this, like, and the staccato way that those notes are done, like, almost like a Morse code. Mm-hmm. You know, like when you hear Morse code, it's like that is being done because it's wartime.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You're not sending Morse code just to say, hi, how are you?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? We are in a disaster scenario. Uh-huh. It is desperation. Like the sound of that almost Morse code, like picking, going, or even...
Was it like strings? Or
it was a string, and it sounded almost like they were plucking on the strings instead of bow work. But I could be wrong. They could just be so skilled that it was like that staccato. But it sounded like plucking to me. I could be wrong.
But it just kind of seems like, all right, it's just I'm sinking into this just depression.
and just... You know, all right, Uncle, you got me.
Giving up.
I'm beating so bad. I've been beaten so badly. I am now coughing up blood.
Yeah, I'm giving up.
What else you got? Too, and we've already listened to it once, so don't get mad at me for pausing.
Yeah.
But I love on the kick where it goes like where they roll the kick in, like they do. I think on the downbeat of it, like it's. I can't recreate the exact beat with my mouth, but it's so cool sounding.
But I think what I think is really cool is as we're heading into the next verse, like because at the very beginning it was all this we're just it was very kind of doom and gloomy and we're just heading into this depression. But then as he like that whisper, you know, don't, and then it's like
he sounded so brutal there.
Yes, it was too. But it was like this eruption of fight back.
That's the perfect word, an eruption. He's laying on the shoreline ready to die. His vision is fading. Everything looks the same. He's fading out, and it's that death scream of just no, mother.
Because then we're heading into this next verse, and let's I think that's like kind of that's the emotion that you get. It's just like, I'm not going down.
I was gonna let go, but I'm not yet. I'm not ready just yet.
Yeah.
It sucks, but I'm not ready just yet. Woo!
hear that?
Yes.
I've got eyeless
It almost reminds me of like in a movie, you know, when someone is almost like shell shocked, or like when they're like about to die and you hear like
a bomb went off and they're
like
it's somebody like talking to him and
and it's like they're ringing in their ears, or like, you know, there's so much going on around them and they're kind of like going like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where they're just like kind of in zombie mode, like, you know what I mean? And you can hear everything going on around you, but you're just kind of,
but you're not actually hearing it.
That's kind of what it reminds me of. All right, we'll rewind it just a little bit. My back button is broken on my computer, and so I've been using a bobby pin to press it back.
It worked.
You know, we're just a little hoopty around here. It's fine. Or like when you're like,
I've got eyelids heavy enough to break diamonds. You brave for sound, I'm not brave for silence. Damn right, faith as I can't deny. You'll find me with half a mind to get violent. It's over till I say it's over. No more little angel sitting on my shoulder. So give me the edge of a blade and a time and a place, and I'll leave them cold and pushing up border.
who wants to get violent?
See, like after
I
erupted. He did such a great job.
Yes.
With I'm descending down into this depression. I'm almost lost, but then it's like, no, I've erupted.
Yes.
I'm not done.
I've got one final push in me.
Yes,
like,
I am gonna fight. And that's where like this next verse, like my eyes are so heavy. Like, but
I am praying for silence. My eyelids are so heavy, and I am praying for the long nap. But you want to know what, mother effer?
I'm getting violent.
You will find me with half a mind to get violent, and it ain't over till I say it's over.
Yes, and there's no more people talking in his ear,
right? No more angels.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All I got is devil sitting on my shoulder. All I got is people telling me to get petty. So let's go.
Well, yeah, but even or like just nobody else speaking into his ear. Like I am going
the thing is no more little angel sitting on my shoulder. The euphemism is an angel and a devil. So I got no angels left.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and I get I've got a blade. Give me a time and place. Yeah.
Tell me when.
Yes.
Which parking lot?
Yes.
Let's go.
I don't know. I
time
love
for
them.
a duel.
Right, because then they're gonna be dead
right
in the ground.
I'll even call pushing up boulders. We're not pushing up daisies. Nobody's planting flowers where I'm gonna put you. Mm-hmm. Like, so hard and aggressive, and I love it. Like, and what a way to say it.
The musicality that went, the instruments that went into, because even before we got to the lyrics of the verse, you could tell that this is where it's going. You could feel it, and I loved that.
You used the perfect term too, like an eruption. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so good. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, here we go.
Walking with God, so many stumbling forth until there's fire at the gates, until I fall to the floor. You know I live by the feather and die by the sword, and I was under the earth only to burn the reward.
I question this too. So when he's saying, am I walking with God's and really stumbling forth? Like, sometimes you question the, like, do I have a divine mission, or am I just fumbling around? Like, or am I just on my own, just fumbling, trying to get through it? You know what I mean? Like,
well, that, or is it, am I can also see, like, am I on the right? Am I on the higher plane? Am I doing what's right, or am I the one in the wrong that's just like,
or am I just
fall in line and suck it up and do what do what you're supposed to. Mm-hmm. So I can see there's definitely a lot of meaning that could be in that line.
And live by the feather and die by the sword. I wonder if that's like, because I was like, live by the feather, die by the sword. The only thing I can think of is like a feather quill. Like, I live by what I write, and then basically get killed for it half the time.
That could be it.
You know, sunder the earth. What does sunder mean? Can you look it up on your iPad? I usually have a fairly decent command of the English language because I love it. One of the things that I take pride in is having a pretty extensive vocabulary. And I typically know what sunder means in context, but...
Still apart. Or split apart. Split apart.
Okay, so basically I will...
When it is sundered, is split apart.
Okay, so is he saying that I will... Well, so he's saying
I will split apart the earth
only to burn the rewards. So basically he's saying...
I am going to rip apart all I'm basically I'm
What's
battling
the reward in splitting apart the earth?
Well, I think it's I think it's more of I will
tear it asunder.
Yeah, I'm gonna tear everything apart, or the status quo. Like I'm not going to fall in line. It's especially I'm looking at it from like with Damocles and Caramel and all that stuff. I'm not gonna fall in line and just do what everybody's telling me, right? And then I'm burning the reward. Like I'm burning the reward because
I'm gonna burn the reward, which is the fame. I don't give a crap about it. Boom. All right.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. I really love the dichotomy of stratospheric depths. Right?
I was sitting there thinking I'm not exactly sure what that means because that's completely opposite.
Right? It's like, it's such a dichotomy. Like, it is so high. Like, the distance is so great.
It's so cold it burns.
The distance is so great. The only, it's such a distance. It would be described as into the stratosphere, but the depth, it's that distance in depth. Like, it's a really cool way to write that.
Yes.
Also, I just have to appreciate the flow switch up. From verse 5 to verse 6, where he goes, you know what I mean? Like, if this were rap, like, that cadence switch up would be so cool.
He does a really good job of just keeping your attention through. I mean, this is almost 8-minute song.
And we did not stop that first time through.
Buddy, 8 minutes.
And the thing is originally we had planned to do this as like a whole album listen through, but the fact of the matter is that we're taking so long just on this song. I don't think this is possible. It would be a 3-hour video.
I think we might just have to.
We might have to go song by song.
But the next song we'll just stop.
We'll see.
Through. Like, we won't listen to, like, we'll just
stop. We'll make sure to
do
stop
we'll do our normal
unless we're totally bamboozled like this one. But the fact that we'll make it into a playlist. And if there's some songs that are shorter, maybe we'll just do like double feature or something.
Maybe. Okay. So let's go through the next verse. Okay.
Yes. Hold on. Go back with my bobby pin. Even in stratospheric gets this vertigo. I used to know that choir, but it's just him. Oh, and you used to know me well. Oh, Vessel 2 who does the drums. All I know is whoever is playing those drums is otherworldly. Like, there are people who play the drums and they're just crazy shredders, right? Like, I listen to a lot of metal, a lot of hardcore. Like, I love drums. What he is doing with that drum kit, I mean, like, I love Danny Carey, okay? So that says something. Like, what he is doing with that drum kit is incredible because he's turned it into this, like, dynamic. He's speaking with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That drum kit has a personality.
Yeah.
And it is so incredible how it is not only keeping time and providing rhythm and providing emphasis on things, it is a whole character unto itself. And that's so difficult to do. Like, it's incredible. It's incredible. And I'm like, I just have to,
the arrangement of this song is fabulous.
I mean, that second portion of that bridge, I mean, number one, where everything falls out and those choir sounds and just the raw piano, incredible. But then the way the drums come in is
at the very
right,
end, where he goes, where he takes the word whole up, and then also, like, so the drums come in, but then if you listen as it fades out, the note still continues. Like, one of the notes still continues in the back, which I think is really, really cool.
And lyrically, too, it's so poignant. I wish I could leave myself alone and you wish you could make me whole. Like, if that isn't some serious relationship talk when you're dealing with somebody who maybe has a mental illness or any sort of, neurological issues or anything like that. Like, anybody who's dealing with anxiety or anything like that, where it's like, you might love someone who it just tears themselves apart. Yeah. And you want to make them whole. And you can't do it. And there's this person acknowledging it right there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's so good.
You wish that you could make me
I love that little when I was like that little like, I love it when that happens in music. But and it took so long to get to that solid just like double bass underneath. Like, just the instrumentation and the way it's arranged is just so like delicious. So good. Okay, should we see?
Yeah, let's go to the next one.
Well, no, Whitney, we have to see what happens.
Oh, yes. Well, yeah.
We haven't even gotten there.
We haven't even gotten to the...
We haven't even gotten to the story. Oh,
because
it never happened.
It never went.
Emergence. This is what we've listened to already. So.
Well, you were late in
yeah. Emergence is the first song of this album that we listened to.
before caramel.
Yes. So, we're going to end this video here. We will put our original reaction to Emergence in this playlist.
Yes.
So, because we're not going to react to it.
No.
So then, all right, we'll move on from this one. But thank you for watching.
Yeah,
I was
longest.
for sure that there was going to have something happen there. But okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Like and subscribe, guys.
Bye.
On to the next one.